Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we'll be reviewing Rollerball and
That's right, the 1975 classic starring James Caan, one of my all-time favorite actors, uh, and of course the incomparable John Housman and Maud Adams. It was, like I said, one of my all-time favorite movies. My old man sat me down one day, told me, "Hey, as soon as I got home from school, hey, watch this. It's a great movie," and just left me in front of the TV and good as tight.
my apologies.
Yeah, sorry about that. The allergies are kicking up. It's pretty dusty and
Pretty late.
polleny outside.
I can see dust particles in this room.
Really?
Yes.
It's superpower. You can see dust particles. But
It's not that hard when they're in front of a light.
we started watching this movie last night. Unfortunately, the little guy
Fell asleep.
He fell asleep about halfway through it.
Only 30 minutes.
It's actually a very short movie, about an hour and 20 minutes, despite normal movies usually being longer. But this one was really action-packed, really exciting, and it's got a really deep story, despite what you might think about the title Rollerball, very roller derby-esque.
I actually think this is, while it may not be the best, it's the one that I'm going to take most inspiration from. I'll say that.
Yeah, we watched the other two Harry Harrison movies. This one was actually by William Harrison. I don't know if they're the same guy and it's a different name he used, but they really do fall together like part of a trilogy.
Well, not really. And I'll explain why. And
go ahead.
Because whilst I do believe that Silent Running and Soylent Green, sorry, my nose is bothering me. I do believe that those two could actually fit together, because in Silent Running we never see Earth, but we know that Earth is really messed up. Not because of the government or anything like that. Well, yes, but because the planet is dead. There's no trees left. The only trees are in these bubbles in space.
Right.
And then in Soylent Green, we see that the world is screwed. There's only one tent with the last remaining trees left.
Yep. And
everything is messed up.
Yeah.
In this world, physically at least, things seem pretty alright.
Actually, it's quite lovely. The architecture.
Yeah,
the
if
air,
you look at it, especially during like the first half, it seems like a pretty alright world. It just seems like.
God, I'd love to live in that ranch he has in Houston. I would, do various and assorted sundered deeds to own a place just like Jonathan E. has in Houston. It's absolutely beautiful. Horses, great 70s furniture, TV screens everywhere you look. The whole bit. It's really, it seems like a nice world. Unfortunately, there is a heavy price to pay, as you'll figure out as you watch the movie. One of the things I like about the movie most is, while the rollerball scenes are exciting and riveting, the dialogue and all of the things that happen in between the three games. There was just three games.
Three games, yes.
In between the three games is actually more telling than the actual rollerball games, until the very last one, obviously.
Yeah.
Is just, what is it, 3 minutes long, the last game?
Actually, the last game is 30 minutes long, or something.
No, the last game is 3 minutes before. It's just under 4 minutes before.
I mean you know what I mean.
On the timer, for how long the game takes before, the crowd goes wild, starts chanting, Jonathan, which I thought was just, it says it all. It's about this, this the greatest of rollerball players, and his rise to fame, and
wasn't really about his rise to fame,
and his rewards for getting to the top, and punishment as well. That's mostly what it's really about.
By the time we start, he's already the greatest player of all time.
Right. But then they decide to punish him because in this particular world that's not allowed, and that to me, that whole story is what the movie is really mostly about. It's a dire warning to what we all could, or at least our children or grandchildren could have to endure.
Yeah, all three of these are. The
warnings.
World is really messed up in all three of these.
Yeah.
But whilst Silent Running and Soylent Green are the two most connected, being by the same guy, correct?
Yeah.
So technically those two could be in the same universe,
Right.
though I don't think so because I believe Silent Running takes place hundreds of years from now.
Right.
Whilst Soylent Green takes place in the future year of 2022.
Right.
So.
And this one actually takes place, according to the blurbs on the back, it takes place in 2018, which doesn't really jibe with the timelines of the movies, but I think that it could. There is a way you could kind of stretch your imagination and make the three movies connect, but it takes a little bit of finagling, but like I said, they all offer a very dire warning of what we should all strive to prevent, if we don't want to live or have our children or grandchildren live in a dystopian future. This movie is...
I also think that this one is... Well, some things about it are unrealistic, or at least I believe so. It does seem...
entirely possible?
Technically all of them are, but it seems like the most real one to me. It's...
Soylent Green, right?
No. Soylent Green is... It's good, but it feels like it's almost... I don't know. But this one just feels the most plausible.
Yeah.
Because the world itself is fine, and the people who live there are almost fine with it until you get to the end.
Right, and then they realize what they've sold their freedoms out for.
Yeah, I feel like it's much more realistic for a scenario where you get a dystopian world where the people are fine with what they have because they don't realize what they don't have.
What they've given up and sold away. The drugs and the alcohol and all the pleasures and luxuries are just second nature and handed out like candy at Christmas, but there is a heavy price to pay, I think. And I think that's what makes the end of the movie so good, is that we both realize what's going on. We both got it. I'm watching him watch it and seeing the lights behind his eyes brighten up. He's like, oh wow, I'm getting it. Not to talk down to him or anything like that, but as a dad, it was really rewarding to see that he's getting it. He's understanding that this is not a future that we want for anybody, especially me for him, and someday him for his children and grandchildren, and on down the line. We, as gamers here, we're some of the brightest of the brightest, I think. I may be just patting my own back and the backs of all my friends, but I really see it. We think differently than most people, and I hope all you gamers out there will get what I'm trying to put down, as DM James would say. We could make a better world than all three of these movies if we just get off our butts just a little bit and stand up for what's right. And this movie does it so well, so eloquently at the very beginning. At the very end. That one guy, because James Caan's character isn't very bright. He's kind of dumb, yeah. And the way he mumbles and talks, because I know he doesn't talk like that in real life, but he's always very, very confused, but he's trying to figure out what's really going on, and he figures it out. The line from the computer that said, what was it? Corporate decisions are made by corporate executives who make corporate decisions, etc. It's an infinite loop where the people at the top decide everything, and those people at the top, not unlike our own world now, there are 5, 6, maybe a dozen people at the very tippy top of the world, and what is really going on. They're in charge, and they're making the decisions, and for the most part they are corporate executives making corporate decisions, and that's not what any of us signed up for. And maybe there's something we can do to prevent a world like Rollerball, Soylent Green, or Silent Running. Hopefully you guys get it why I chose these movies right here and right now. They're like I said before, they're a warning to all of us, and You know, I started watching these movies for the first time when I was about his age, and they've helped me along in a lot of my decisions and things like that throughout life. And hopefully he'll remember these movies, and hopefully these movies won't get banned by, Big Brother someday, which,
You know, I actually have a lot to say about that, but
Go ahead.
we don't have enough time.
We'll say a little bit about it. Don't leave him hanging. Just
one day.
Just come on, don't leave him hanging. Yeah, I can see him out there in TV land. They're like, what words of wisdom does the little guy have for us today?
No, actually, no. I'm saving them.
Okay, he's going to make his own podcast later and then just go on for like 4 hours about this, I can just tell.
No, maybe actually. Well, it's because some of the stuff that I'm writing has a lot to do with this type of thing, and most people immediately go to 1984, but I think there are much better things to use as not only just inspiration for this type of thing, but if you want to make a more realistic scenario for this type of world or this type of universe, I feel like, not necessarily things like, I feel like there are better things than 1984 to use.
How about these movies? Do they help?
Certainly.
A lot?
This one more specifically. Not mostly the whole...
Like trilogy, if it was a trilogy?
No, I wasn't going to say that. I'm talking about this movie specifically. I would say that obviously not everything about the movie I think is what would really happen.
Like that water computer that made absolutely no sense?
I don't understand the water computer. That was weird. But I'm going off of my own personal experience with this type of thing and writing this type of story. Obviously the whole thing with the sport, that's not really something I think most people want to do, but I do think that the things in this story make much more sense than things in other stories. I think a universe where people have given up their freedoms and their liberties and their individualities for a more comfortable, safe, but also very just... I don't know how to describe it exactly.
Bland?
I suppose you could use that. I think that's much more... I just think that's not only better from a storytelling perspective, but I also think it's more accurate. I think it's much more likely for people to give things up like that, give up freedoms and personal choice specifically to make them more comfortable. I think and that they would give up those things for not only to make them more comfortable, but for personal pleasures and stuff. I think that's much more accurate to say that people would rather have safety and immediate gratification than have a meaningful existence with actual purpose and freedoms.
Well said, buddy. Anything else you want to add before we say goodnight?
Well, I think that I could have said that much better, so I don't think that's true. But not really, no.
Okay, well, you're young. You'll get there. We're not all,
We're not very professional, if you can tell.
We're not all wordsmiths, but,
yeah.
We're all trying, and that's part of, what we do here is try to be better at anything that we choose to, put our time into. And I hope you guys will do the same thing. And I hope you guys will, if you have not checked this movie out, check it out. That. And would you recommend watching them in the same order we did?
Yes, yes, I would. Not only do I believe that you should watch them in the order that they came out, I think that's just a general rule of thumb that you should do, with exceptions, of course. But these movies specifically, I wanted to watch them in this order, not for any particular reason, I just chose this order, but I believe it is the greatest objective way to watch these three movies, which I do think you should watch them all together. I think that watching them in the order they came out is perfect. I think maybe there is an argument for watching Soylent Green first, but I don't think so. I think that watching Silent Running and Soylent Green, then this one is the best, for two main reasons, and I'll go into the first one, which is the actual endings of each. Silent Running is the worst. Not because it's objectively worse, it's not a bad movie, they're all really, really good, but the first movie is definitely, it's really, really sad, and the ending especially.
Oh, yeah.
The second movie is... Yeah, the second movie is in the middle.
There's a little bit of hope at the end.
Yeah, there is, which is why I think it should go in the middle. But this one actually does have a good-ish ending.
Oh, well, the ending is classic. It's
I'm not saying the quality, I'm saying the actual ending of it. Obviously, it doesn't...
If you're not on your feet or wanting to jump up on your feet and chant with the crowd, Jonathan, there's really something wrong with you. Because I was tempted, but it'd been a long day, and we just got back from a long bike ride.
Yeah, we were both tired
from the stream, so it was a nice way to end the bike ride. Come home and watch this absolutely stunning ending of a movie. Mm-hmm. All three of these movies.
Well, we watched the majority of the movie once we came back.
Yeah, all three of these movies actually have a classic ending, but this one you start out almost crying, and then you've got that little bit of hope. And then this one brings it on home with you're not alone. You're right there with everybody worldwide, seeing what you just saw, knowing that they can't hide the ugly truth anymore, and everybody knows, and everybody's right there. I could only imagine what would happen the very next hour or 2 hours after this movie, in this movie world, how it would the world would react.
That's why I think that technically the first movie has it does have that 1%, this tiny ounce of hope, but it's not really there. The second movie, there is.
Yeah.
But this movie,
yeah.
I mean that's the progression that I think everyone should watch them in.
Yeah.
Because you start out with the worst possible ending.
Yeah.
To the best.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely I hope like him it's gonna stick in his memory for many years to come. And like I said, the weekend's coming up, folks. If you've never seen these movies, please go out and watch them and get back to us in the comment section. We'd absolutely love to hear from you guys and continue this conversation because this,
might even actually no.
Maybe we'll do a live stream because we did a live stream.
Okay, I didn't want to say that because that's now we have to.
Well, we'll see what everybody else says, and maybe
because here's the thing. I'm freezing right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm really, really cold.
Okay.
But I'm also sweating a lot.
Oh no, he's got the Rona. Oh no. I know, we just had the air conditioner on.
I drank a lot of water.
Oh. Okay.
I stole his water.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Hang out with us again next time and see what movie we're going to be reviewing next week. I'm not even sure. Oh, next week we won't be doing a movie review.
No, we will be on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Because it was, I bought the movie. I implied maybe we should review it. Then I said, look, I have it, and he's like, so we're gonna review that. Like, yeah, we're reviewing this movie. So we started with 3 amazing movies, and then we're
Okay.
And then we're ending it with one of the worst movies that I've ever seen.
But you've not seen it.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So you'll be able.
I've seen the box.
Okay, so you'll be able to see that over on the Cigar DM's channel this Sunday.
I've seen a bit of it.
Okay, well, this Sunday. But until then, we'll have some more videos coming out almost every day this week. Maybe even Saturday, which is normally our day off, but we'll see. But until then, thanks, guys, everybody who hung out with us earlier today and everybody who watches this movie. Please let us know what you thought in the comment section, like I said before. And anything else you want to talk about, we're always here for you guys, and we appreciate you guys being out there for us. So from all of us here at the Shadow and Sun Show, thank you guys for everything. We absolutely love you guys, and
good night.
Bye, everybody.